So I was hanging out with a friend last night, and we were talking about the state of Destiny and how we would actually go about balancing primaries in Crucible. And we had a couple really good ideas on how to take care of the Thorn and other things. And I know what you're thinking to yourself. You're like, Pwn, there's absolutely no way you have a friend. And truth be told, it happened. I know it was fate. She's only $50 an hour. Her name's Candy, and she's such a listener. We were just hanging out with some friends, and we thought that, you know, the obvious guns out there that are dominant in the primary slot are the Thorn, the Last Word, the Mida, and there are a couple other ones that people do not really understand too well. The Doctrine is extremely strong. The Fabian Strategy, which is the exclusive exotic for the Titan, and the Tladlok, which is the exotic exclusive to the Warlocks. So, Pwn, how do we find balance? I'll tell you. You have to have a large variety of weapon options inside of it. A large pool of guns to go to. And what I mean by this is, I'll give you an example. If I remove the Last Word, the Thorn, the Mida, and the Doctrine, what gun would you go to in Trials? Think about it for a second. What would be the gun you go to? I know me, I'd probably be like maybe the Water Star, the Mani. At this point, you have options, and the reason you have options, and you could probably choose between 50 to 100 different guns, is because you actually have balance. It's a big fucking stupid thing in gaming where people are like, oh no, the gun's not overpowered, it's just overused. Bullshit! It's overused because it is overpowered. Do not be one of those people. So, let's break this down and talk about how we can balance these weapons, shall we? Victim number one is the Last Word, and this one, oh my god, put on the cuffs. This thing is extremely overpowered, and it really needs some love and attention, but I've got a solution for it. Now, the stats alone on this weapon are absolutely phenomenal. It's top tier, arguably the best hand cannon in the game. The only thing that can contest it is a Thorn. And what's worth noting is this gun is extremely strong just with its base stats. It's got an 8-round mag capacity where only no more than 4 shots have to land. So you have the comfort of being able to spray through this thing, and spray you can because it's also full auto. On top of that, this thing gets an added hipfire damage increase when you don't even aim down sight. So it fully encourages you to not even have to waste the time to aim down sight. It's extremely noob friendly. You just pull the trigger, you hold it down, and you kill the peoples. And that's it. You just dead things. And it's too easy to use and too strong for it being that easy to use, and that's why it's overpowered. Now, what's worth noting is this gun is capable of 2-shotting to the head with a hip fire. It's the only primary, with the exception of like the No Land or with a perk involved, that can do something like that. And though that's not a common occurrence, it does happen. Most of the time, you're going to kill in about 3 shots and no more than 4 shots to kill. With an 8-round mag capacity, you only need to land half of those. This is easy. It's so easy. So, what else is worth mentioning is that this gun is generally in a 2, 3, 4 shot to kill, 3 being the sweet spot, the most common spot. They need to move this gun into more of a 3, 4, 5. And the way they do that is to reduce the precision damage for the weapon, not only for the hipfire bonus, but also while you aim down sight. And I feel like they do that by stripping 10 damage right off the top for both of those, making it so that this gun, if you're accurate and skillful with it, can still kill in 3 shots, giving it only a half-second time to kill still. That's ridiculously fast. Some guns don't even fire that fast. And if it's a 4 shot to kill, it's still killing in 0.8 seconds. Which is still extremely fast. Another thing worth noticing, even though people are like, please don't do this, this gun can shoot 5 shots quicker than every other hand cannon can shoot 4. So even if you do bump it into that 3, 4, 5 shot to kill area, the 5 shot to the body can still kill quicker than the other ones can with only 4. So remember that. So if you're arguing this thing's not overpowered, I've got a fresh, never frozen shit patty right here on a sesame seed bun, and you're just welcome to just have at it because you're delusional. So, number 2, and an obvious one, is the Thorn. And what makes the Thorn overpowered is its burn. Now, don't get me wrong. What makes the gun unique, what makes it exotic, is its burn. The problem is its damage output with that burn. That tick allows this gun to shoot 3 shots to the body. You don't even have to hit the head. And the guy will die. He will burn out from that dot damage. And that is the problem. It's got the quickest time to kill to the body, even faster than the Last Word. Of course, you're going to have to wait and, you know, extend that time until they officially bleed out from the dot damage from that poison, but they do die nonetheless, and it's done in 0.73 seconds. Extremely quick time to kill, and like I said, it doesn't require any skill. 3 shots anywhere on the body, in close and medium range, makes it one of the strongest and arguably the strongest gun in the game. So it may not have the quick results that a last word has, but with just minimal effort, you can take somebody down, and that's what makes this gun so cheesy. So how do you fix that? And this is a really easy fix, actually. I'm shocked Bungie just has not done this. You just take and reduce the dot damage down to 1. That way, the damage itself is not important, but keeping them out, that utility of keeping people out of the fight, waiting for them to regen, extending that period where they can't do that, is crucial. This gun would still be extremely popular, and it's just a matter of time until they bring a year 2 version of the Thorn into the meta. So how do you fix that? With ease. Just reduce the dot damage down to 1, and people can survive 3 body shots. Taking notes yet, Bungie? You should. Next up on the list is the Mida multi-tool, and a lot of people, I mean, Candy put up a good case herself, and a lot of people think this gun is not overpowered, and it's not as game-breaking or cheesy as the Thorn or the Last Word is, but because it's so just comfortable, you can use it in all different ranges. I mean, I can contest last words with this weapon. Obviously, I'm going to lose the majority of them, but I can use this in close quarters, dominate in medium and long range, and the last word can't do that. So not only is just a well-rounded weapon, it's in a unique archetype right now that no other gun in year 2 shares. It basically kills in the same amount of shots as almost every one of the popular weapons out there. The Treads, the Hung Jury, and everything like that, but it has a quicker time to kill. So it pretty much makes those other guns obsolete. Why even use any of those other guns when you have a Mida that does that? So yeah, may not be as broken as those other 2 hand cannons out there, but I want to ask you a question, and this is how you know this gun is overpowered, because it's an obvious choice over the rest of them. If I was to remove the Thorn in the Last Word, what do you think everybody would be using in Trials? I know, it would be the Mida, right? It would evolve into the Meta multi-tool, right? That's exactly what people would be using because it fills that gap. So you would have to attack this weapon just like you do the other ones, and the only way to fix this gun is to put it into the tier that is shared with all the other guns. The other guns that are popular, like your Hung Juries and your Treads, those kill in a second flat with 4 shots. This gun kills with 4 shots as well, but it kills in 0.9 seconds. So it effectively renders that entire archetype completely useless. It kills in just as many shots, but it does it faster. So why use an inferior product, right? So you make those 3 fall in line, and we would be really, really close to full weapon balance inside of Crucible for the primary kits. The only other thing that would probably need a little bit of love would probably be like the things like Doctrine of Passing. The highest rate of fire auto rifles out there are a little too strong, and they outdo all the other legendaries out there. So with that, that's how it would effectively balance primaries in Destiny. Click the subscribe button. Let me know in the comment section what you guys feel. Take care.